Welcome to varsity football action on PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. Munger Vision down at Mill River Union High School, and we've got probably the biggest game in the last several years for Mill River footballs. We're taking on Oxbow, the Olympians. They're the team that Mill River's chasing for that last playoff spot, and this is a huge step for both teams to try to get into the postseason. Jacob Holland going to be kicking off for Mill River. In case you haven't figured it out, they're in their red uniforms, their home uniforms, red, white, and blue, on a day made for football. Sunny out, cool out, and it takes a great bounce from Mill River, and it'll roll out of bounds, and that will cause the flag to come out, and they'll either re-kick it or they'll get the spot if they elect not to take the penalty. Oxbow coming out with a power running game offense was what we had for a scouting report. They like to pound the ball. They have some size looking through the roster, and they have some experience out there, and they will take the football at the 35-yard line. So we're underway. It is a little bit breezy, but other than that, temperatures are in the mid-60s. It's sunny, and in mid-October, you can't ask for a much better day than this. So Mill River will start off on defense, and that defensive unit has Jared Rao wearing number 11, Josh Benary number 20. 21 is Jacob Holland. The quarterback, Kyle Mesha, wearing 26. The linebackers, Chris Gondella, 42, and 55, Leo Oddie. And I'll finish the defensive line for you after this play. Sam Kelly, the starting quarterback for Oxbow. And that is quite a ride down. Believe me, they want to make it worthwhile. And breaking the first tackle and squirting through for picking up almost 6 yards on the carry. And I believe that was Brokar that got the call and got the carry. And that's something Mill River has improved a lot on throughout the start of this season to now. It's just been being physical and wrapping up on their first contact and be able to bring the ball carrier down, whether it's on a reception of a pass or on the run. But that time, Brokar able to break the first tackle and gain good positive yardage. Actually looks like a 2nd down and 2. A pickup of 8 yards on that play. And we got flags flying. So our first penalty will happen on the second play from scrimmage. I expect this to be a very evenly played ball game. Could be like the Rutland-Hartford game last night. We could have a lot of points put on the board. And that will be a encroachment foul on Mill River, and that will give Oxbow the game's first down via the penalty. But yeah, since the first game of the year, just nothing but improvement in positive ways for Mill River. And they're starting to get that confidence and believe that they can get the job done. Like I said, this biggest game in their season, at this point of the season, playing a meaningful football game. And that's a great job by the line as they're able to stuff the run. I see Imhoff, 89, getting up, Audi, 55, Bosch, 72. And that was stopped for no gain. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 yards. Don't forget, you can watch local sports anytime you want on the internet at PEGTV.com. Click Video on Demand. Menu of 100 games will pop up. You choose the game you want. And if you don't see a game there you want, you can go to the archives and get even more games to choose from, not only football, but all sports in the area, from soccer, basketball, ice hockey, field hockey. So on a 2nd and 10, Kelly will give the ball to the second back through, and again, that's Brokar, and time he's done picking his way, he's going to be near 7 yards again on the pickup. Brokar, a senior running back, Kelly, a junior quarterback. And you can see them bringing in a new linebacker, number 58, Alan Patch. And I'll finish that starting defensive line for you. Again, Ross Lowell, 61. Defensive tackle, Ethan Fleck, he wears 67. The big guy is Aaron Bosch, he's 72. Ben Pelkey is another cornerback, and the safety is Andy Imhoff, and that's the starting defensive unit for Mill River. Brokar is going to be the workhorse, and brought down in the backfield on a good tackle by Rao as he got penetration. A good 4.5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and made a short tackle, and will bring him down for a loss. And Rao, one of those young players that just has gotten so much better with each game. Just underway in the first quarter. Mill River and Oxbow. I'll bring up a 4th down. We'll see if we'll have the game's first punt. The wind will be a factor as far as the kicking game goes, and probably on any deep passes. And we're going to have an Oxbow timeout. That takes place with 9:25 to go in a scoreless first quarter. Well, looking like they're going to go for it on 4th down and 2.5 yards, and they did. There was no trying to draw them off sides, and look at that pile move forward. They're going to have the first down at Mill River's 40-yard line, and that is power football, and that's what the scouting report came to. Was Oxbow will just pound the ball, and Brokar will pick up the first down. Again, I expect a lot of points out of today's ball game. Clock restarts now at 9:18. So that's 2 first downs on this drive for the Olympians. And again, they have a good numbers on their program. Mill River with a healthy-looking roster this year. I saw the Mill River 7th and 8th grade program play this morning, and a lot of talent in the pipeline coming up for the next several years. So in that wishbone formation, the featured back has been Broker. This time Kelly's going to keep the ball himself, and he'll pick up minimal yardage, about 1.5 yards on the play. See Rao and Adi there to help make the tackle. And I also believe, now just getting up late, was number 42 from Mill River, Chris Gondella. They'll spot the ball, and after a gain of 2, they'll call it 2nd down and 8. More Mill River boys and girls soccer action coming up on Channel 15. And again, they're both having strong seasons. That girls program, now with that one loss, 1 tie record, everything else has been in the win column. So a very methodical drive. Don't forget the first down. The first down came on a penalty, and that's a misdirection play, a little counter play, and it will pick up decent yardage. You'll set up a 3rd and short. That time it was number 35 at the running back position. Actually, yeah, it's Dylan Webster, senior. So now that all 3 backs in that wishbone to touch the football. A 3rd and 2. So we're looking for their first down of this series. Clock down to 7:55 to go. More Proctor boys and girls soccer action coming up for you, too. Is those teams very strong, and they'll probably have some home playoff games that will be shown on Munger Vision. And that's a first down and more, and a fumble on the ground. It's going to be picked up by Oxbow as they'll recover it at the 30-yard line. And it looks like the running back, number 35, Webster, able to pounce on it, but it will be a first down. No, actually, they're going to call for a measurement because that's right, he had a first down and then fumbled the ball backwards, and they will measure now to see if he does have the first down. Well, I got to believe if they went for it on 4th down and 2, if they're short here, they're going to go for it again on 4th down and even shorter than 2. So they'll bring the chains out. You should see the officials for today's ball game. I think you got a pretty good spot as far as making it right here. They'll stretch the chains out. That looks like Carlton Laird handling the one end of the chains. And it will be by the length of 2 footballs, the first down. So again, Oxbow just grinding it out down the field. They've yet to attempt a pass. It's all been on the running game. Now, back it up and get set. Don't forget, too, it's never too early to start thinking about college basketball. CSJ, the Fighting Saints, start their season in November. Not only should you watch it on PEGTV, but also go down in person. A beautiful athletic complex down at the College of St. Joseph's and take in some college basketball right here in your own backyard. Getting a long snap count and a lot of flags flying. This will be the 2nd penalty of the ball game. Well, Rivers had an encroachment penalty. And a false start this time on Oxbow. That will set them back. And they'll have a 1st and long. And that was a long snap count. A lot of hard Catons in it. And Mill River very disciplined this time. Didn't jump off sides, but we had movement on Oxbow. And they'll make it a 1st and 15. And again, one of the keys for Mill River is not to let that defense stay long periods of time on the field. It's a defense built on its quickness more than it is its size. There's the pitch play, and Brokar going to go wide, and nothing happened in there, and he'll be tackled at the 35-yard line, so a gain of less than a yard on the play. And it looked like Pelkey over there, number 82, came up from his corner position to make the tackle. And what's been happening is Mill River's made decent plays. Remember Rao with the tackle for a loss right there is a no gain right there. It's been the big plays on 2nd down that has gotten Oxbow in a position to be able to keep the drive alive with short distances to go on 3rd and 4th down. And again, the fans couldn't have asked for a better day to watch high school football. Quarterback keeper on a great fake, and he's going to have a lot of field on this side, and he will have the first down as Holland came over to finish the tackle out that Imhoff has started, but it was the ball fake and the good footwork by the quarterback. No flags are down, and they'll have a first down at the 20-yard line. And the defense broke the first rule of defense out there is stay at home, especially on this end in the safety. And everybody bought that ball fake to the left side of the field, and the strong side of the field. And Kelly just worked it back around here to the short side, picked up 15 yards on the play. That'll be the 4th first down here on the opening drive of the ball game. Brokar will break one tackle, spin free, move forward, and when the whistle blows, he'll pick up 5 yards of tough running right up the middle, and then he's in the red zone. So you get 5 yards on first down in the red zone, you've done decent work. That offensive line looking very impressive out there for Oxbow. That line actually consists of number 53, Steve Miner, number 64, Derek Senecal, A.J. Gillis is 73, 72 is Curtis Settergren, and of course the center is 77, Dylan Parkin. And like I said, a lot of size on that Oxbow team when you need that if you're going to run power football. So two very contrasting styles here. Very small, quick defense against the big, powerful offensive line. That was just a sloppy handoff that time between Kelly and Webster as they had trouble on the exchange. I actually got it caught on his hip, and Munger will be there and stop him for no gain on the play. They'll set up a 3rd and 5. They'll actually move him back about a half a yard. So I'm going to round it off and go to 3rd and 5. You see Leo Oddie looking to the sideline. He'll get the play and make the defensive call in the huddle for Mill River. And again, you got to believe this is going to be 2-down territory for a first down. Oxbow had the fumble too on this drive, but were able to recover their own football and keep the drive going. That was a very awkward looking play. Half the backfield for Oxbow didn't fire out, and they were held to about a 1.5 yard gain. That's going to bring up a 4th down and less than 5 yards to go. And 64 hustling in there for Mill River. I don't have a 64 on my roster. I'll have to work on that. They're making a line change, and I got a timeout taken. That's a good call by Mill River. That defense has been out there for, trying to time it out in my head, a long time right now, a lot of plays, and they need a break. And this is a big 4th down play, even though we're in the first quarter, scoreless. Oxbow on the drive. Further review of my roster, I found Gage Greeno at 64 out there in Mill River. They got him right at the top of the football. So that was a Mill River timeout, and here comes Oxbow on a 4th down and 4 yards in Mill River territory. And this is still the opening drive of the ball game. Quarterback keeper, and it's the first throw of the ball game, and almost picked off as they threw to the end zone. That was just good coverage by Holland, and Mill River will stop the drive and take over the football. So Tyler Wood in the offense getting their first chance to snap the football, and they have already called the play. They're going to get the tempo kicked up. They want to go no huddle here and try to get Oxbow caught off guard. Again, so they went play action. Tried to hit the tight end in the end zone, and it was just good coverage by the secondary. That time, everybody stayed at home. Everybody did their job. The senior, Tyler Wood, out there wearing number 5 in red for Mill River. Again, they like to run him. They like to pass him. He's very versatile. He'll sprint out. Deep ball down the field for Pelkey, and it was overthrown. He had a lot of people around the back there. He had the safety and the corner rolled over on it, and not a lot of space to get the ball in there, and it was overthrown. And we'll have a 2nd down and 10 for Mill River. Mill River runs that spread offense, and Tyler Wood really pretty much comfortable fit at quarterback position in this type of offense. Like I said, very athletic young man, strong enough, big enough to run the ball, but as you can see there, he's got a good arm, good strength in it. And they've been able to use Adam Mackey at the running back position, featured back. And he's had very productive days. So on a 2nd and 10, they'll give the ball to Mackey and up the middle, and just tripped up as he got to the 20-yard line. He had another 10 yards ahead of him, but somebody got their hand out there and tripped Mackey up, and very quickly it's going to be a 3rd down and 4 situation for Mill River. They'll run a double wide out to the short side of the field with Pelkey and Imhoff. Mackey again lone setback in that backfield. Wood, watch out for that bootleg from Wood on this play. And yeah, he kept it. He went up the seam, and Wood's going to have the 1st down and more as he nears the 40, 45, 50. He's in Oxbow territory and brought down near the 35-yard line. Going to call it the 48-yard line. So a big play, and that's a bread and butter play for Mill River. They'll run that, no flags down, and that'll be Mill River's initial 1st down. Like I said, I think you're going to see a lot of offense today going up and down the field for both of these teams. 3:28 to go in the first quarter. You're watching Munger Vision on PEGTV, Channel 15 Sports. The feature today is Mill River Varsity football action. The winner here takes a big step toward making the playoffs. Wood, staying in the pocket, will snap the pass out in the flat. Pelkey will loop and make room, and it's the yards after the catch that make Pelkey so dangerous. He'll be short of the first down, but that's a good gain on first down as he'll pick up 8 yards on the play. Again, it was a very short route, obviously you could see that, but it was the athleticism after the catch that really made the yardage up. We have an official's timeout. Oh, they want to measure. It just doesn't look that close. Yep, they're going to bring the chains out. Well, we'll see here. Now, the officials called for the time, but you can request this on either side, so I'm not saying Oxbow did it, but it would be a good tactic to employ just to catch your breath out there against the no-huddle offense, to ask for a measurement and let your defensive players get a rest. They are short. I thought they're going to be. They're about 2 footballs short. And on second down and short, it gives you a lot of options on offense. You can run that play-action pass if you want to gamble and try to hit the big play, but it is definitely short. And they've responded the ball on a near hash mark. Again, Mill River gets to the line and gets the play call and gets it going. I mean, they want the tempo. They want up-tempo the game. You see Wood talking to head coach Art Peterson. Now, if I'm to understand this correctly, Coach Peterson, Art Peterson, has the offensive play call, and Tucker Peterson does the defense. And they are going to go for the big pass. They're going for it all on a short play on second down. And again, Pelkey well covered back. You see the safety coming over, which is the quarterback, Sam Kelly. But he was late getting there and the ball overthrown. I like the call. Leaves you third and short. It also stretches the defense when you show them you'll air the ball out like that. They can't put 8 or 9 men in the box and just play for a one-dimension type of offense. So again, Wood comes to the line. You see him make the call and the snap count. And you got to believe they're in 2-down territory also. So third and short for the Minutemen. And they'll just give it to Mackey. He'll break tackle, break the line of scrimmage, have the first down, and move forward near the 30-yard line, actually closer to the 25. And that will be the second first down of the drive for Mill River. I think this is the type of game you're going to watch. 2:45 to go, and each team's had just one offensive possession. That says a lot about forget defensive play today. It's going to be up and down the field with the football. Wood in the shotgun formation. Very, very seldom you see him come up under center. Calls his own number right off the bat. No ball fakes. And again, just like having another back. Look at the cutback against the Grant. Keeps his balance. Gets to the far side of the field. And has got a chance to get to the pylon. Touchdown, Mill River. And a great effort by Tyler Wood. He ran as far sideways as he did forward. And he'll get in the end zone. And Mill River will get the first score of the ball game. I'll tell you, that's just field vision right there. He was also very patient, and Oxbow did the same thing Mill River had done on defense. Everybody followed the ball, so you had 11 people wearing white on this near side of the field once he cut across. It was a safety. I believe it was Kelly trying to get back over to that corner, and one of the receivers had engaged him on that side and did a nice job of slowing him down just enough. So Lowell on for the point after, and it's good, and it's going to be 7-0 Mill River with the lead over Oxbow nearing the end of the first quarter play on Munger Vision. And so Holland set to kick off after that touchdown. Great run. They tried an onside kick. I've seen him do this earlier in the Art Peterson's career here. Mixed feelings on that. That's a gutsy call. But it also gives Oxbow back great field position if you don't recover it. Now, that I'm saying they disrespect the Oxbow defense, but I think they have a lot of confidence in their offense also to say, you know, if we don't pull this one off, this onside kick, we're not worried about scoring points today. 7-0 Mill River, 2:19 to go in the first quarter of play. Back on defense. We'll see if they've had an opportunity to make any adjustments to the defense now that they've actually seen this offense in action on that first drive. That Oxbow able to grind out 4 first downs. And they ran every play except on the 4th down and short. They elected to go play action pass, and that's when they lost possession of the ball, and they turn it over on downs. See the wishbone in the backfield, and they're going to give it off to Brokar. And he'll break the tackle on the end and pick up 5 yards. And there is a flag in the backfield. So we'll see what the penalty is. It actually says a gain of 6. We'll see if that gets negated here. And it'll be holding. They threw it right into where the initial block was made on the defensive end. And that's where you got to really suspect that the holding took place. And that will wipe out that first down gain, and they'll bring the ball back. Well, I'm trying to find the original line of scrimmage. And we'll follow Carlton Laird back. And he is going to, okay, that was the original line of scrimmage of 35, and he'll move it back to the 30-yard line. So instead of a gain of 6 on first, it'll bring up a first down in 15 yards. Actually, they've got it stretched out. Well, I don't see the yard markers in the correct spot. Well, yeah, it looks good. 1st and 20, we'll call it. So Mill River defense looking to take advantage of this penalty, because remember, they had a 1st and 15 in the first series. Oxbow did, and they were able to convert that into a first down with relative ease. And Kelly will give it off to Brokar, and this time he stood up after a 2-yard gain. Brokar already with 7 carries in the ball game. He is the featured back out there. So a short pickup brings up a 2nd and long. Gennard Peterson went with a 3-win season so far for Mill River, and that's just immense considering the 2 years leading up to this. It was learning curves and bumps in the road, and they've done a nice job of weathering that. And like I said, a lot of numbers in the program this year, a lot of talent coming up also. They've got a solid program. This is going to be a play-action pass, and they're throwing deep, and tell you what, that was well defended. You see Mesha didn't buy the ball fake. He stayed with the receiver. But I like the call because they ran the ball so much. You've got to think that Mill River might be kind of hedging up on the line of scrimmage. The intended target also was number 27, Nick Nunn, a sophomore split in out there for Oxbow. So we've seen some creative calls on both sides today. Remember, Mill River with a 2nd and short elected to throw the fly pattern deep into the end zone. Here it is, a halfback option pass this early in the ball game. It's going to be a fun day for local sports. So on a 3rd down and long, now Mill River, a lot of people up in the box right now defensively. And Kelly's going to keep the ball himself. He's got the edge, and yeah, he's going to break a tackle, go for it, and there it is. A first down on 3rd and 18, and he's in Mill River territory at the 40-yard line. And again, it's broken tackles or missed tackles actually that led to that first down, as they had him penned up pretty much around the midfield stripe. And that will extend the drive. Not to harp on it, but that was something that had to be worked on from the first game of the year that I watched, I taped here, was not only making the initial contact, but you got to wrap up and bring the ball carrier down. We're under a minute to go. 7-0 Mill River, first quarter action. And tell you what, both offenses got some good stats after 1 quarter. And Brokar, I heard somebody holler fumble, but I don't see the ball on the ground. Brokar does have it in his hands. And again, that's a good pickup of almost 6 yards on first down. As Bosch coming back in for Mill River, along with 64 Gage Greeno. Bosch is 72. 252 pounds, it says, on the program. He's a load out there at defensive tackle. Again, just that single wide receiver set on this wide side of the field. And it's to the fullback, and he will just move it forward as he'll drive the pile back for a first down. And what will probably be the final play of the first quarter. They'll just move the chains, and with just 4 seconds left on the clock, once they spot the ball, spot the chains, they'll start it up, and 3-2-1, and it'll be a 7-0 Mill River. Let's do that one again. Mill River lead over Oxbow after 1 quarter of play on Munger Vision. So you can tell they've switched ends of the field. Oxbow with the first play of the second quarter has a first down in Mill River territory, right on the edge of the red zone. They're not quite in that side that 20-yard line area yet. And it has been the spread offense performing well, and then the power running game as Brokar will kick it out and will be brought down And I'm just looking to see who's getting up for Mill River, as that's Mesha, number 26, actually initiated the tackle, and then Holland came in to help finish the job up. And like I said, when halftime rolls around, the statisticians are going to have a lot of big numbers for both sides offensively. So Oxbow, who has been down in the red zone before, turned the ball over on downs, trying to finish the job off. Now they've got a second down and 3 yards to go. 7-0 Mill River. Tyler Wood on an electrifying run, able to give the Minutemen the lead. This is just a straight quarterback keeper. Kelly will have what appears to be the first down, and he stayed in bounds as they initially ruled to keep the clock rolling, and they just want to move the chains, and then the clock will start again. Time not going to be an issue today. Like I said, this is going to be a wild one. Lots of stuff happening in October right in your own community, starting with the Rutland Rec Department Halloween Parade, and they're taking that on the 30th of October this year, and you can watch that live on Channel 15. Approximate start time is 6:30, and that's going to be, I think that's the new format. They're going to have it the Saturday before Halloween from now on, so you get to watch that live on PEGTV Channel 15. And Kelly will give it to the second back through, and he will, again, it doesn't look like a lot, but when you pick the piles of bodies up, they're picking up 3.5, 4.5 yards at a clip. And that's, you do the math, you do that on 4 downs, you've moved the ball 12, 13 yards. And Ryan Staples, 81, going to come in and get a breather for Gondella as he comes out, number 42. That's a Mill River change defensively. So Staples, 81 out there. That's just a couple staples in the roster, but again, a very methodical drive down the field by Oxbow. That's getting to the second back, and dragging the tackler forward was Dillian Webster. So Webster, a senior out there, and it's going to set up definitely 4-down territory, but it's going to be a third and call it 4 yards. And right now, Mill River's had no answer for that Oxbow offense. Oxbow's offense has had a couple of times where they've been in 15 and 20-yard situations to gain a first down, and they've been able to get the job done. So they come to the line of scrimmage needing 4 yards for a first down. We'll give them a first and goal unless they actually score here. And again, Brokar just picking his way through, going forward, and touchdown for Oxbow. So they will answer the Mill River score with a long drive that they were able to finish off this time.
7 yards out.
And it's a 7-yard touchdown run for Brokar. And we'll see, are they going to come on and try the extra point, or are they going to try the 2-point conversion? So they shuffle around some personnel. There is some confusion. Now they're going to, that number 55, he put on some miles. Randy Stelling going in and going out, and they'll huddle a couple different times, but he ends up on the sideline, so. It does look like they go for the 2-point conversion. Yeah, no point after attempt here. They're going for the 2-point conversion. And it's a tight formation. They give it to the second back through, and he'll bully his way forward, and he'll get it on third effort, actually. He was stopped twice, and he'll eventually get it in the end zone. And it'll be an 8-7 lead for Oxbow in the second quarter over Mill River. Snelling, and that's why he, on that point after, he's the kicker. So he went on the field a couple different times, and they were unsure if they're going to go for 2 points for the single point, but now he's going to do the kicking off after the touchdown. So again, remember there were a couple of times in drives that Mill River's defense was unable to hold Oxbow from gaining 15 and 20 yards to keep the chains moving. So again, I don't think the offense is going to have much problem today. That's a short kick. Holland will reach over his shoulder and make the grab, and Holland, taking it to the outside, keeps his bounce, and now he'll be forced out near the 40-yard line. So we're going to officially say the 37-yard line. So again, not bad field position at all as the Minutemen coming out with that no-huddle offense, that spread offense. And Mackey without a lot of carries yet so far in the ball game. That first drive was a lot of Tyler Wood. As again, you take what the defense gives you, and if they're going to, eventually I expect him to shadow Wood around. And flags fly, and Carlton Laird with the flag, and they seem to have a discussion. And we'll get the call here. Again, I don't know what it is. We'll wait till the official. There he is. It's going to be on Oxbow, and then again, he's turned toward the press box, so I didn't actually see his call. Oh, okay, an equipment violation. That's mouth guard or chin strap, so that'll be 5 free yards right there. I'll make it a 1st and 5 for Mill River. And again, Tyler Wooden, the quarterback, and he has in the backfield with him Adam Mackey. They've tried to go deep a couple times. Pelkey and Holland were the targets. And they want Mackey on the left side. Again, Wood with the call at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll back up in the shotgun formation. And clean snap coming back to him. It's going to be a pass, and he'll throw it over the middle to Mesha. It was high and tipped and almost intercepted by the Oxbow safety. But Mesha was the target. And there was good protection that time. They had plenty of time to throw the ball. And again, with a 1st and 5, that's not a bad call, because if you don't complete it, you got a 2nd down and 5. So it's like you ran the ball. You got the free 5 yards off the penalty. Gives you a lot more options, freedom to make the call. As we're already at the 9:10 left to play mark in the 2nd quarter. Very rarely has the clock stopped here in this first half. The snap was high, and Wood made the adjustment, and he'll turn it up the field, and he'll cross over into Oxbow territory. He'll pick up the 1st down, and I'm not sure who tackled him, but they caught him by the back of his heel, or else he would have gone down that sideline for another 10 or 15 yards at least. So again, if you like offense, you'll like today's ball game. Wood tying his cleat up as he looks to the sideline. Again, Adi, the snapper, the center out there, and he's done a good job all season long on that shotgun formation. I mean, it all starts, first of all, with the quarterback getting the ball. And they will give it to Mackey this time, and a nice block up front, but then penetration and help on the pursuit, and they'll take Mackey down for a very short gain as he'll be at the 45-yard line. Initially, there was a decent block at the point of attack, but too much support by Oxbow, and there was nowhere for Mackey to pop out to. Even if he broke the tackle, he turned into a lot more Oxbow players. So a 2nd down, and call it 8 yards for Mill River. Rao, number 11 in the ball game, and he's split wide here on this near side of the field. In high school football action on Munger Vision, you've seen the 7th and 8th grade tackle programs. A lot of soccer this year, and a shuffle pass, and it's going to gain good yardage near the 1st down, and I believe where they're going to spot it, he'll have the 1st down. That was Imhoff, number 89, and that, again, that all starts with the ball fake by the quarterback as he faked the sweep, the dive, and then the shuffle pass off to Imhoff, and he will have the 1st down. And I'll be surprised we do see a punt at all today, the way these teams match up. And again, they'll move the chains, restart the clock. By that time, the offensive play has been signaled into Tyler Wood, and he's gone up to the line of scrimmage and given the words. Wood's going to come back against the weak side, sets up, throws it deep. He's got a man behind the defense, and he caught it. Mesha with the grab at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal for Mill River. Again, they did a good job of keeping the quarterback moving, keeping the defense guessing, keen on Wood. And that, can you see how strong his arm was there? And Mesha made a nice adjustment on the ball to come back to get it. So they actually marked the ball, the nose of the football, just on the 10-yard line. So it's 1st and 10. You can actually pick up a 1st down and not score here. Keeper after the fake to Mackey up the middle, and touchdown Wood. And that will give Mill River back the lead again. And again, a great ball fake. They followed Mackey after they faked the handoff to him, and Wood just went right up the seam and is able to make it now a, I'm just trying to do quick math here, 13-8 ball game. Yeah, and they are going to go for the point after attempt here and in to do the kicking against Ross Lowell. This time he's got the sun to his back, which I'm sure is going to make it a lot happier for him. Mesha will be the holder, and I'm sure it's Adi doing the snapping. I'll wait till he stands up. The placement of the ball, and It is good, and it's going to be 14. Oh, we got a flag down. There's a flag on the play, and the official says, put the camera on me. And they're talking to Mill River, so you got to assume that it's going to be against Oxbow. And you know what they say, you should never assume things, but right now it's unofficially 14-8 Mill River. We'll wait and see what the call is. Maybe it'll be a dead ball fall and they would assess it on the kickoff, but the official's doing a lot of paperwork out there. Roughing the kicker, so it will be assessed on the kickoff. That's what the penalty is. I could just see the indication from the official. What? That's a personal foul assessed on the kickoff. They're going to be kicking off from the Oxbow 45. Right now, why not try the onside kick? If you don't recover it, it's got to go a minimum of 10 yards. You're going to put Oxbow at the worst on their 35-yard line. So we'll see what they call here, but if I was going to do an onside kick, this is just a perfect spot to do it. So the foul came on Oxbow after the point after was kicked in good by Lowell. With 7:06 to go, Holland set and a wide open affair. Now he'll kick it this time. He'll kick it deep. It's going to roll. That's a live ball. I'm not sure why he did that, but I'm not sure. But they've blown the ball dead. It was Kelly, the quarterback, and they blew the ball dead at the 5-yard line. So they didn't kick it deep in the end zone for the touchback, and they didn't onside kick it. They just dropped over the first wall of blockers, and boy, I tell you what, it's looking pretty good, that position right now. So Mill River's defense looking to do something they haven't done all ball game, and that stopped that Oxbow offense. And if they can pin them back here, then you would think it would be a game of field position at that point. They would regain the field position, which hasn't been a factor. Everybody's moved the ball. That's Waggle in at quarterback now, number 5. That's his first appearance in the ball game at the quarterback position. And Waggle is a senior. They did start Kelly. Kelly took that kickoff and might just caught his breath because Kelly coming back in the ball game now, number 20. And I'll see if Waggle will leave or they're going to go with both Waggle and Kelly in the ball game for Oxbow. 2nd down and 7 yards for Oxbow. Now they're going to come out with Waggle at the quarterback spot. Kelly is in the ball game, and the officials have stopped the clock, and they're calling an injury. So what they've done for Mill River, number 42, Gondella, has come out, and they'll plug back in number 81, Ryan Staples, and it should just resume play here, but that was an official's stoppage right there. There's the pitch play, and again, they're going to go for that halfback option pass. Deep, and nope. Great coverage. Oh, that's a terrible call. That is a terrible call. First of all, he leaped up to make a play on the ball, had passed by the receiver, and the ball wasn't catchable. That is a lame call right there by the official. That's kind of penalty that will change the flow of the ball game because it's going to get position back to Oxbow. You saw, I had it zoomed in, you could see it perfectly. The ball was thrown, there was no contact until the ball got into the circle of receiver and defender. The defender reached up to knock the ball away, and then didn't have to do that because the ball was so overthrown, but it'll be a 1st down and move the ball out to the 25-yard line. Now, I know that's open to interpretation, that call, but in my opinion, which I have the right under the Constitution, that was a lousy call. 14-8 Mill River, and some breathing room for Oxbow now as the ball out to the 25-yard line. Well, the beauty about television is you can see the play and you can tell, you'll make your own opinion on what you thought about the call. And everybody moving. And it had not been a flag fest to this point in the ball game, which has been nice. So they will get together and do rock, paper, scissors to see who's going to make the call, whether it's going to be offense or defense. By Oxbow's reaction, they're going to call it on Mill River, and that'll be another chunk of free yardage. This will be a 1st and 5 for Oxbow. That's twice today in the ballgame that Oxbow has used that halfback option pass play. And both times, well, that time it was Kelly. Remember, they've got Waggle in at quarterback now. He pitched the ball back to what was the starting quarterback, Kelly. Waggle going to cut it up inside. And boy, does he look like Tyler Wood on that play, huh? Wearing the same jersey number and everything, but that basically is the same play that Mill River runs. That'll be a 1st down for Oxbow. As they're at the 38-yard line, call it, with 6:02 to go in the 1st quarter. Yeah, that scoreboard's so hard to see at Mill River in the middle of the day because the sun just directly hits on it. Or it could be because I'm 50 years old, I can't read it. But it looks like just a tad under 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter of play. 14-8 Mill River, but Oxbow moving. And look at that chunk of yardage right there. Again, able to break through the initial contact. And that was Sam Kelly again on the carry. Boy, what a stable of offensive weapons Oxbow has. Kelly now has gone to the running back position. He did start at quarterback. Waggle's coming off the bench. He's played quarterback. Brokar has been a featured back out there. That's there's many schools that don't have a third of that type of TNT on their offense. And this time it's just a direct handoff and a good tackle after the 1st down had been gained. Now, it was a short conversion. They picked it up, and they're going to be right near, if not right on. Now they're going to be just a tad bit over midfield. So 1st and 10 in Mill River territory. And they'll start the clock again. There's Bahika going on the ballgame for number 48 for Oxbow. Again, that Mill River defense, they have been on the field an awful long time here this 1st half. As this is the 3rd drive for Oxbow. The first 2 are very long and methodical. Yep, flags. And I believe Mill River again jumped offside. I think it's on this end over here, number 20, Josh Benary. And they're going to call it on Oxbow, so they'll call a false start on Oxbow, and they'll move the ball. Well, that was the indication, but they're going the wrong direction. Yeah, they indicated it was on Oxbow, but then they marked the ball off against Mill River, so now they'll move it back this way. And you see them spotting the ball now back in Oxbow territory at the 45-yard line. Okay, so everybody on the same page now. Again, penalties have not stopped Oxbow. They've been able to overcome several long-distance plays, and I don't see a flag, but the whistle blew. But I'm still searching for a flag. Boy, after a very smooth flying 1st quarter, it's gotten a little choppy here in the 2nd. Again, there is no flag on the ground anywhere. And they're going to re-huddle. Now, I'm not sure what that was. It was almost like a mulligan. But again, no flags, no mark-offs, no penalties, no discussions with the captains on the teams. So we'll just go 1st down and 15 yards for Oxbow. Clock at 4 minutes now. Now, that was a good tackle that time. I believe it was going to be... I'm waiting to see if Adi gets up, 55, yeah, and then Bosch helped him out, along with number 58 out there. That's going to be Alan Patch. That will hold him to 2 yards. 2nd and 13. And it could just be one of those ball games that ends up whoever's got the ball last is going to win. The teams, like I said, a very even matchup, but very different styles of getting there. And look at the quarterback here as Waggle will break another tackle and keep going in deeper into Mill River territory. Looks to be just about the 31-yard line. No flags on the play. That will stand. And not to harp on it, but again, he broke 2 tackles on that run. That would have brought him down a lot shorter if they'd been able to wrap him up and finish it. Oxbow, that 1 game up in the standings on Mill River. Not that the 4th spot is the only spot they can accomplish either of these teams, but they just match up so well. And it's got a playoff feel to it today around the, when it came into the parking lot and through the field and up into the area. Again, that defense played the short side well as the handoff went to Brokar, the senior running back. That's going to leave him with a 3rd, and well, they have it 2nd down on the yard marker, but I believe it's going to be 3rd down and 7, not 2nd and 7, okay. Again, like I already mentioned, we've got a lot of the 7th, 8th grade tackle football programs coming up. Mill River against the Rutland Rec Pride Gold team. Then we have the Bristol squad coming down to take on the Rutland Rec Red team. You've already seen the Brandon Rec team as Waggle kept it this time, and yeah, he'll have a knee down as Imhoff was there along with number 81 for Mill River, which was Staples, Ryan Staples. 3rd and 4, and down marker really means nothing to both these teams because you've got to believe if they don't pick it up here, it's just going to be automatic the rest of the game if they're going to be going for it on 4th down. So 2.5 minutes to go, a 14-8 Mill River lead, and Oxbow trying to get a scoring drive finished off here late in the 2nd quarter. And they will pick up the 1st down and more as Kelly will spin forward. And I'll tell you what, it's going to come down to how the fatigue on the defenses, seriously, on both sides. Is coming out of the ball game now is Alan Patch, 58. That's a Mill River change. And number 40 coming in was Ethan Staples. So there's Ryan and Ethan Staples out there for Mill River. And again, that wishbone backfield, that wishbone formation. Waggle, no second thoughts, was his call all the way. Imhoff coming across and chased him down and made the play. You can see Imhoff coming on the weak side, circle all the way behind that whole posse of people and make the tackle. And he'll hold him short of the 1st down. And if you round it off, looks like a 2nd and 5. And again, a minute 38 to go here in the 2nd quarter play. I already mentioned the Halloween parade, but you got to think November 6th at the Paramount Theater, the 15th, really big show, that talent show fundraiser for the United Way of Rutland County. And again, nice job of stumbling forward, keeping positive yardage going for Sam Kelly. I'm waiting to see where they're going to spot the ball, though. Will it be close enough for a measurement, or are they going to just give them the 1st down? No, they're going to not ask for the measurement. It's going to be very short yardage here. As Patch back into the ballgame for Bosch, and that's a smart move, and that's what they've got to do. Defensively, they're just bringing a lot of people in and out, trying to get people rehydrated and freshened up a little bit. It's a warm day, and the defense has been on the field a long time, so a 3rd and short. And Waggle, again, broke the initial tackle, but that was enough to give him the 1st down. So a 1st and goal for Oxbow with a minute to go in the 1st half. And I'll tell you, I've never seen a scouting report so accurate as what I'd heard on Oxbow. And again, it is power football, and it starts with that offensive line, and it goes to all the good backs that they have. So Waggle, who came in the 2nd quarter to play quarterback, and I'm waiting. I think they did stop him short of the goal line, and it'll be a timeout taken by Oxbow. So Oxbow going to take a timeout as the clock can tick down to 44 seconds, and I do believe that's the first timeout taken here in the 2nd quarter by either team. Stopping the clock so they can set up. If they don't score here, they're trying to save time on the clock to initiate more plays. And Mill River stuffing that middle, and that will be another stop short of the goal line. And they're going to save the timeout now as they're down to 32 seconds and counting, but they get right back up to the line of scrimmage. So Waggle, again, very calm out there. He's got plenty of time actually on the clock. As they'll go to Kelly, and he will spin. And on that last spin, did he get it? Yes, he did. So not only 2nd effort, but 3rd effort will get Kelly in the end zone, and that will tie the ball game up at 14-all. And I'll tell you, it's been said over and over and over. It's not the original contact doesn't stop the runners. They're able to drive forward or break tackles and keep it going, but they'll line up for the 2-point conversion as Waggle stays in. They keep the kicker on the sideline. I'm trying to find him right now. Snelling stays on the Snelling is on the sideline. Waggle looks like he's marking the ball for a kick. Well, they appear they're going to use Waggle for the point after, unless it's a fake, but we'll see. So in a 14-all contest, Oxbow looking for the lead again. They had an 8-7 lead. They do kick it, and it is good. And they'll take the 15-14 lead, and they'll be back with the kickoff with just 16 seconds to go in the first half. Waggle now, he's going to stay out there and he's going to kick the ball off. Whether he kicks it deep or squibs it, we'll see. But 16 seconds left in the first half. 15-14, Oxbow would lead. It's been an entertaining football game. He's going to kick it deep past Mesha, who will pick it up. Yeah, and that's a hot potato. He's got to go get it. And last thing you want to do is fumble if you're back there, if you're Mill River. And I'm looking for any flags on the field, and I do not see any. There's enough time for an offensive play. So Tyler Wood coming out. They had Mackey. The trainer had Mackey looking at him on the sideline. I do detect a slight limp in Mackey's walkout. I don't know if they're just going to take a knee here or not, but the clock with just 10 seconds on it here in the first half of play. And Oxbow playing an umbrella secondary. They're playing for a deep pass or a desperation pass, and they're going to just run the clock out, and that'll be Mackey brought down, and that should be a flag. Yeah, it looked like a face mask on, and it can't end on a defensive penalty, and Mackey very slow to get up and actually not getting up. But it looks like it will be on Oxbow's defense. And that will extend there's the face mask call. So they'll mark that off. And that will give Mill River another play here. You see him, the indication there it is, the face mask call. And again, Mackey doesn't look to be 100% as he... Timeout Mill River. You can see right there, slightly limping, but so the trainer had looked at him while the defense was on the field for Mill River, and that would be a big loss if they can't have Mackey in the second half. So we'll see what they've came up with for a play here after that timeout taken, and barring an offensive or defensive penalty, it will be the last play of the first half. Difference has been a 2-point conversion. And they try a couple different flips, and then the long throw, and that's going to be Pelkey going deep and just tipped away from him. It was Waggle in the secondary, and who knows if Pelkey caught that in stride where he would be right now. But at the end of the first half of play, 15-14 Oxbow, and what's been an outstanding ball game on Munger Vision. Yeah, as you remember, the opening coin flip, Oxbow went on the offense. So Mill River will have the ball first offensively, and that's going to be Waggle kicking off as he has Mesha and Pelkey for Mill River back deep. Again, pretty much each team did what they wanted offensively. Tyler Wood was very effective running that spread offense, and Oxbow able to basically on the ground grind it out on long drives and get ready for a great second half of football as that's deep. And over the head of Pelkey, he will go back and casually pick it up as he's looking for his blockers to set up. Mesha was leading the way, and then Pelkey will get the ball back to just about the 30-yard line. That's where Mill River will take over offensively, and I'm looking, no flags on the field. No. The first quarter was a pretty flag-free affair, and then in the second quarter, things got a little bit interrupted by the flags. Of course, Mill River running that no huddle offense out there as they have Mackey returning back to the starting lineup. Rao and Mesha, receivers on the short side with Imhoff and Pelkey on the far side of the field. So they've got Wood now going up. So he'll make the call to his line. He'll walk the line just like Peyton Manning does and make the call. Mackey, the lone setback. On a warm and sunny day for Mill River. They did hand it off on that reverse. That was well defended by Oxbow that time as they got in the backfield and brought down Mesha for a loss on the play. And that was big, number 73 out there. A.J. Gillis, a junior defensive lineman, that will drop Mesha for a loss of just about 5 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 15. Oxbow, the Olympians are called. And that's a long ride down from Oxbow. They try to make it worthwhile here today. Winner here gets a leg up on capturing a playoff spot. And picked off by Waggle. And Wood got drilled right when he let go of the ball. You can see him just getting helped up now as Brokar, no, that's Kelly came in and they nailed Wood. And I'm not sure if that's what led to the interception, but it was a clean pick by Waggle, and that'll put Oxbow in great position inside the red zone on the pickoff. First turnover of the ballgame for Mill River.
See the interception?
And so Oxbow, that's better than getting the second half kickoff, because look where they've got the ball. And Waggle will come out at the quarterback position. Remember, they did start Sam Kelly. They've since moved Kelly into that backfield. And they'll give it to Brokar, and he's just going to be grinding it forward, following that big offensive line. That Mill River defense, they did switch people in and out as often as they could in the first half, but they spent a lot of time on the field. And you can get worn down on an exceptionally warm October day. 10:52 to go in the third quarter, and Oxbow up by 1, trying to do something about that right now. And Mill River has not thrown the ball a lot today. But their first play was that reverse that was dropped for a loss, and then they passed and got the interception. And again, you can just see it doesn't look like a lot, but when he gets done running, he's moved the chains or the ball forward. And he's bounced off a couple of the tacklers for Mill River, and of course that was Kelly that time. As Bosch coming back into that defensive line, he's going to replace number 40, Ethan Staples. I'm not sure defensively what Mill River might have talked about. There's a lot to talk about. I'm not sure what they might have done for adjustments at the halftime chalk talk. So on third down, Waggle's going to keep it, and he's going to follow all those running backs. Well, they got a nice block on Kelly, and he will be just short of the end zone. He will be brought down in the field of play. That will keep the clock going, but that should be a 1st and goal. Now, you see what they do when they get the quarterback outside the pocket. He just follows not only his line, but the rest of the running backs in that backfield. It's quite a gauntlet that he's got going right there. So 1st and goal for Oxbow with 9:40 to go in the third quarter. Again, it's been impressive blocking on that line with Dylan Park in the center, and they just go power football up the middle. And I don't see any indication of a touchdown. They will say 2nd down. So Mill River that time able to stop the play short of the goal line. Both quarterbacks today, Waggle and Kelly for Oxbow. Obviously they ran the offense as well, but they really have the footwork down and the ball handling, the ball faking down. Well, choreographed offense out there for Oxbow. Again, I'm not sure if they've talked about different gap alignment defensively, even run blitz or whatever, but Oxbow with a short field to work with after the interception. And I'm looking down the line, and I'm waiting to see who came up with the ball. Yeah, I didn't see who recovered the fumble, but you couldn't have asked for a bigger blessing right there for Mill River as Oxbow on the doorstep ready to looking to take a short touchdown in, will fumble the ball away, and Mill River with the recovery. So each team with turnover-free football in the first half, both with a turnover here within the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. Now Mill River's got to be careful here of the safety as they're working deep in their own territory. Tyler Wood going to give the ball off to Mackey, and he's going to just try to get some breathing room right now. And he fumbled it to himself, and he was able to recover it, and he actually did a good job of getting some yardage out of the play, moving it forward. And yet they'll even recover the ball for the official and give it to him, and he'll spot it down. Pick up a 5 yards, and Mill River opened this second half up on offense through an interception. And Oxbow just literally a foot and a half away from a touchdown, fumbled the ball away. And Mill River now trying to grind it out to get some field position back here. And Tyler Wood, see if he just keeps it himself. Yeah, he's going to go to the short side, cut up the seam, and good tackle. That time was number 64. And they've assigned a shadow to him now. 64 on the tackle is Derek Senecal. And you could tell that that was his assignment, was to follow or shadow Tyler Wood, because he went to cut up inside that seam that time. The only thing Senecal was just viewing on, he was just watching Wood right from the snap. Third down, still 5 yards. That play went for no gain. And Wood keeps it this time, and nice block. Good hit, and look at the second effort by Wood as he's able to get forward. He's got the first down, and he gained another 4 yards after he taken quite a pop. And you see Senecal this time getting up late. He got picked off on that, on a decent block, I believe by Mackey, that opened the door up for additional yardage after the first down. So Mill River, that was pretty critical actually, that they got off the goal line and they're able to pick up a first down. They are marking the ball just shy of the 18-yard line. So Mill River first down from their own 18. Wood picked off again. Second time he's picked off, and touchdown for Oxbow. Well, see, that's not Mill River's game. There's a flag down on the play, but I believe it's going to be on the return. The interception should stand, but I believe the penalty will be on the return. So 2 passes, 2 pickoffs here in the second half. Oh, the touchdown is good. Personal foul on Oxbow after the play, so
Personal foul on Oxbow after the play.
it's a dead ball foul, and they'll move the 2-point conversion or the point after attempt, whatever they're going to do. They'll move that back, as you see the officials talking to Mill River. But Oxbow coming up with the interception and the touchdown return. And that's too bad. I mean, Mill River did a good job of grinding that ball off the goal line, getting it out to near the 20. And boy, penalties and turnovers were a big foe of Mill River last year. And they kind of found back into that pattern here. I missed. Okay, applied on the kickoff, so that's what they were talking to on the sideline. And Weigel's going to come in for the point after attempt. So it's 21-14 right now. Oxbow with the lead. Kick is up and good. They'll take a 22-14 lead. They'll be kicking off with 6:56 to go in the third quarter. So Weigel will be kicking off from his 25-yard line. Mill River could take this, make a punt, look for that silver lining behind the cloud. That was the interception return for a touchdown. See if they can respond here, give it some great field position or good return. And again, kicking off from the 25-yard line, you'd expect something positive to happen for Mill River here. And that's going to be fielded and fumbled and picked up at the 25-yard line. It's Pelkey. I'll tell you what, there's a fumble as, boy, the wheels coming off here as Oxbow will recover the football. And what a nightmare third quarter for Mill River. Well, Pelkey originally dropped or fumbled the kickoff, picked it up, and was very casual holding the ball with the one arm, got spun around and then hit and then fumbled. And this is at the Mill River 32-yard line. So Oxbow on the verge has an 8-point lead right now and have created 3 turnovers here in the third quarter. They've had 2 interceptions and now a fumble recovery. And big games, this is what Mill River, you know, it's good to have 3 wins and to be looking for a playoff spot. But on your home field, it's all about keeping focused, execution of the plays, being disciplined. And right now, they need something big to happen for them. A turnover, a stop. And there's Kelly just plowing forward again for a nice run. You learn a lot about your team, your teammates, and your coaches during adverse situations. And right now, adversity big on Mill River is, again, they've had 3 possessions, 2 interceptions, and a fumble on the 3 possessions here in the third quarter. Game far from over, but all the momentum right now on the side of Oxbow. They've gone with Weigel at quarterback. Looks like for the rest of the ball, at least for the second half here. Remember, he didn't start at the quarterback position, but Kelly was a starter. They moved him to a running back. And there's a great block on the edge, and that will give him the chance to turn it upfield, and he'll be brought down inside the 10. Imhoff on the tackle. That was Brokar with the carry. And there is a flag down on the play. Well, I'll tell you, whoever made the block on the edge did a great job. Got a push in the back. That will be from the spot of the foul. That's where they'll mark off that penalty. So they'll lose some yardage on the play. Again, they'll tack into the Mill River captains, and they'll bring Rao out of the ballgame right now to catch his breath. They'll bring Patch back in. A block in the back, and that'll bring the ball all the way back out. Looks to be around the 20. Oh, it's hard because everybody's standing in front of the yard markers right now. Call it the 25. And a Mill River timeout, and they need it. They got to get organized again. Mill River timeout. Get the defense rested. Like I said, they spent a lot of time in that first half out there as Oxbow had long, sustained drives. And tell you, that was a good ball fake, but Brokar will be brought down after a short gain. And the ball close enough to the 25-yard line. That's what we're going to go with for the spot. That'll bring up a third down. 27 bringing the play into the ball game for Oxbow. Nick Dunn, sophomore split in. He's going to bring the play. And he actually replaced number 88, Connor Williams. The Warriors defense created a fumble this half already on a scoring drive by Oxbow. They need to create a stop here, and kicking the ball to the outside, breaking a tackle, a couple tackles, and then going forward for the first down was Sam Kelly. And I'm just making sure there's no flags down. No, it'll be a first down, and that defense again being pushed to the limit here at Mill River in the third quarter with 5:10 to go. It's 22-14, Oxbow with the lead. As they've ran off 14 unanswered points since trailing. I'm trying to remember what the last 14-8, yeah. So that'd be 14 unanswered points by Oxbow. 3 turnovers in the second half by Mill River. As this time a nice job by Pat shooting the gap coming up. Bosch also there. I'm sorry, that's Staples there as they'll stop Waggle on the play. He wanted to pull the ball out of the fullback's belly and then slide down the line, but he got stopped that time by 58 Patch. Now, I would hope when Mill River gets back on the offense, they kind of reel it in and go back into what they were doing well, which was running the ball, controlling the ball on the ground. Those interceptions were costly. Mostly, you know, field position scores, but you kept your defense out of there, and now you've dug a hole. Waggle going to the end zone. Almost picked off by Pelkey, 82. He had the ball thrown to him better than the receiver did. The ball was intended for 81. Lucas Musty, the junior tight end. But, again, Oxbow's strength isn't in throwing the ball. We've seen what's in running the ball. And they tried to mix things up there. And on the pass, the incompleted pass, the clock will stop with 4:04 to go in the third quarter. The Minutemen's defense looking to make a stand here on 3rd and 10. Again, though, I got to believe the tendency has been for Oxbow. They're a 4-down team, usually wherever they are. We've yet to have a punt in the ballgame. Waggle will be stopped short of the first down, and that will set up the 4th down play. And there is a flag down on the field. Bosch will get credit for the tackle. And it's going to be on Oxbow. Yeah, Mill River, even though it extends their defense another down by taking the penalty, they got to look for yardage right here. I mean, it's the trade-off. They've played a lot of downs on defense, but when you're this in your own territory like this, yeah, so repeat third down. Ball will be brought back out to the 25-yard line. 3rd and 20. Rounded off. We'll go with 3rd and 20. And don't forget, Otter Valley football coming up next week. Otter Valley Linden will be seen at a later date on PEGTV, Munger Vision. That should be an exciting Saturday of football. Much like today. Waggle. Now, he was really never going to throw the ball. He's set up to run. Well, they could get him for a huge loss. They've got to have backside help, though, if he gets outside containment. And they did. They left the back door open. Look at the yardage by Waggle, and he will pick up the first down. That's the problem. That's how Tyler Wood scored his touchdown. You've got to, even though you pursue, you have to keep somebody on the backside defensively. Stay in your lane, stay at home. And nobody did that, and that results in a great effort by Waggle turning into a 1st and goal. And you think that Mill River defense was tired before. All that running around chasing them. You can see Ross Lowell was just literally hands on knees, bent over, trying to catch his breath. So, yeah, it is a desperate moment now with 3:23 to go in the 3rd quarter for Mill River's defense. And I can tell you, they are exhausted out there. I'm watching them. Josh Maneri now bending over, trying to catch his breath as they chase Waggle. There were actually people for Oxbow on that far side of the field looking for somebody to hit. There was nobody there. And Waggle walks in the end zone for the touchdown. And those turnovers are very, very costly for any football team, but especially one's not at the top of the plateau yet, but trying to get there. That's the big hole dug now. 28-14, Oxbow with the lead, and they're going to go for the extra point, it looks like. But yeah, I mean, Mill River with 3 possessions and 3 turnovers, the 2 interceptions and the fumble here, just in the 3rd quarter. And yeah, Waggle will take the kick. Sam Kelly will place the ball down. I'm assuming the long snapper's parking. Good job by the holder. The kick is up and good. And it goes 29-14. Minutemen down by 15 points to Oxbow. Back on that whole 3rd quarter, even after the interception return for the touchdown, then the penalty was assessed. Personal foul was assessed to Oxbow, which they marked the yardage off on the kickoff. Oxbow kicked off from their own 25, thinking, well, you know, this is going to work out for Mill River. No, then Mill River fumbled the kickoff. And Oxbow recovered, so that was a big swing. There's been a lot of negative karma here in this 3rd quarter for Mill River as they'll be tripped up, brought down, and Oxbow with the coverage was big number 81, Musty, Lucas Musty. Well, I think it's time for Mill River to get back to basics, and that's run the football. They're in a position where they still have plenty of time, the 4th quarter, plus 3:12 here in the 3rd quarter, where they don't have to go to desperate mode and throw on every down. They're down by 2 scores. Big thing there is see a team that's trying to get to the playoffs, has mild success in this year. See how they handled the adversity. See if they can keep composed, controlled. And Wood's going to keep the ball himself. And boy, again, this worked so well for him through the first half. Oh, what a pop at the end. 41 with a clean, legal hit. Justin Raznick, a sophomore. Oh, you live for a hit like that on a quarterback. And Wood, as resilient as ever, will pop right back up and get in there, the huddle, and run the offense. But that run brought him almost out to the 45-yard line. Mill River's 45. And again, Mill River hasn't had to punt the ball either. I mean, they move the ball at will, mostly on the ground, and I couldn't understand why they got away from that, throwing down on 1st down like they were doing. This will be stopped in the backfield for a 5-yard loss. That'll bring up a 2nd and 15. And again, it was Raznick on the tackle. He was the young man that had the big pop on Wood last time. Clock running. They'll restart it now with the spot of the ball. 2:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Minutemen down by 15, 29-14. They looked solid in that first half. Boy, what a great job of keeping his balance. And Wood will be brought down as Brokar came up from his defensive back position to make the tackle, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long. See what I don't understand about the last 2 plays, though. You've ran Wood 3 times. He's got to be tired. But he has had no ball fakes. It's just been snap it to him and let him go. And they're actually playing that now. They've made an adjustment to that at halftime, the Oxbow defense has. He'll fake the pass, break the tackle, and be brought down short of the first down at the 49-yard line. And we'll see now if Mill River elects to go for it on 4th down. You know, one way to really look at it is if you do punt the ball away or if you go for it, your defense has not stopped Oxbow the entire game. Oxbow has not punted the whole game. So by going for it, to me, you can't stop them defensively, so it's not going to do any more damage. I know you get the field position back. I understand that, but you got to feel the flow of the game. Wood to Rao, wide open, makes the grab. 1st down and more in Oxbow territory, and the ball, they're saying down. You see the official in the background. He was down by contact. So no fumble. Mill River will have the ball at Oxbow's 30-yard line. That was a good play considering how you got to figure out. Wood's got to be. That's just that series. But that was a good throw by Tyler Wood that time. A good play call. Nice safe throw over the middle to Rao, who made the grab, and then a good run after the catch. Again, a score here, and there's plenty of ball game left. But they kind of got to get back some focus and momentum. And there's a flag coming in. This will be a holding call on Mill River as Mackey brought down for a yard loss. And they'll get the official call. I believe it's going to be assessed against Mill River. Holding, just like I called it, on Mill River. So already the loss of a yard on the play. Would they take the down? Talking about Oxbow, they're going to take the yardage. And they're going to mark it off. So they'll start to walk backwards. Temper's starting to get a little on edge down there too, which you'd expect in a physical game of controlled collision like football. 30 seconds to go. 3rd quarter action. The Minutemen trying to get back some of those points they've given away here in the 3rd. So Wood, again, will make the play call, step back into the shotgun. And there's the snap. Again, that was a setup play. Oh, what a great read. Mackey never had a chance. 64 coming in with Senecal. They set up the screen and never had a chance. It was really a well-read play by the linebacker Senecal. Clock down to 1 second. That's the 3rd quarter. What a big 3rd quarter for Oxbow as they came up with 2 interceptions and a fumble, and they've increased the lead to 29-14 over Mill River. So 2nd down, start of the 4th quarter. Wood. Oh, what a great pass down to Seaman. He's going to be gone. There'll be a touchdown for Mesha. I'll tell you what, that was a perfect pass by Wood. Hit Mesha on the stride, and no flags. I'm looking no, and Mill River. That's what they needed right there. That's a shot of adrenaline right in the main vein, and they'll cut it to 29-20. And it looks like they're going to go for the point after attempt. Yeah, that's the right play. Is Ross Lowell coming in. Now comes the hard part. If they, have to get this, if they get this extra point, coming up with some kind of stop defensively. I'll tell you what, that Wood's a resilient guy. He threw 2 interceptions. He drilled that ball perfectly in there, and that's going to be up and good. So the Minutemen close the gap to 29-21. We'll be back with the kickoff on Munger Vision. So lightning strikes at Mill River. So that was a quick play there in the start of the 4th quarter. No, a lot different throwing on that down on that field position than the 2 interceptions were deep in Mill River, deep in their own territory. And then again, they elected through that mid-range kick. It'll be fielded and brought up by Kelly, and Again, he does a good job. He's a north-south runner. And he churns it out so well. And he's got him over the 30-yard line. Out at the 32-yard line. I mean, that's a decent job on that kickoff by Kelly. Well, I'm just seeing his Waggle coming out at quarterback. Yeah, number 5. Waggle out there at quarterback for Oxbow. And again, this is more the issue than scoring points to catch up is you've got to stop. You're playing chase. You can't let them. You can't trade scores right now if you're Mill River. And I don't expect to see anything that much different from Oxbow's offense. Let that big offensive line push back the Mill River defensive line and then let those backs grind it out. That's a good stop. I'm looking to see who made the tackle. Mill River got in there and see Staples and is that Patch, 58. Patch has played a big ball game, number 58 for Mill River. That'll be dropped a yard short of the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd and 11. But don't forget, there's been several times today that Oxbow has been faced with 15 and 20 yards needed for first downs and be able to overcome that relatively easy. The crowd certainly fired up for both sides. That's good to hear that type of intensity out here. Oh, look at that. Bounce around. Good hit to seal the deal on that run. Again, a short pickup. As I'm looking again for New Jersey numbers, as Mackey out there helped on the tackle, but it was somebody from the linebacker corps that came up and really applied the big pop at the end. Well, 3rd and 9, when we'll see if Mill River can stop them on 3rd down, and then we'll see if that happens. We'll see what Oxbow wants to do on 4th. 10:41 to go in the football game. 8-point lead for Oxbow, 29-21. And they'll again just go to their bread and butter play and try to strip the ball. And again, breaking tackles is Kelly, and just epitomizes the problems defensively that Mill River's had. Actually, not only this year, but in the last couple of years. They can't wrap up and they can't bring them down. That was 2 opportunities to bring Kelly down well short of the first down. And one of the tacklers were trying to rip the ball free. I understand that, but when they couldn't finish that job, the arm tackling, that's what allowed Kelly just to keep on going downfield. They end up at the Mill River 30-yard line, so that was a huge play. And he stayed in bounds, and the clock moving. Keeps that defense on the field longer. Brokar, this time with the carry. The senior with a good first down pickup. It's going to be close to 7 yards gained on that play. You know, a lot of it you can scheme and you can come up with all kinds of fancy talk, but if you don't do the basic fundamental thing, wrap up your tackle. Don't arm tackle. Don't reach. The basic stuff. That's what costs you football games. So Oxbow, straight up the gut, first down, and at the 19-yard line, Bosch will get up off the top of that pile for Mill River. But that's also 67 being helped up now. Ethan Fleck, part of that tackle for Mill River. 1st and 10 at the 19 for Oxbow. You know, they talk about an undersized defense. Well, if that's something you really, one thing you really want to make sure of is that you're a good tackling team. If you can't overpower somebody. Oxbow, again, will just hand it right off to Kelly, and he'll go forward. What a versatile player Kelly is. Like I say, he started the game at the quarterback position, got into one of the running back spots. He's been solid on special teams. He's done a good job on defense. He probably drove the bus here. That's how versatile he is. Again, they're doing a good job of not only eating up yardage, but eating up clock. Don't forget, they're up by 8 points right now. They're up by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Yeah, it's a game so far. Neither team has punted. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen today. That massive offensive line of Oxbow's. Waggle will keep this time. He wants to kick to the outside, and he's being pursued on the backside, and he will be just shy of the first down. Imhoff getting up, along with Pelkey and Maneri. As Audi coming back in from the sideline, and there'll be a 3rd and very short here for Oxbow. No, a score doesn't mean Mill River's lost the game. It just makes that trip back a lot harder, a lot longer if you trade scores right now. What the Minutemen need, if they could pull a rabbit out of their hat, would be to create a turnover and recover it. Or intercept it or something. But again, that defense has been out there a long, long time today for Mill River. Waggle keeps it. He took the step back, and he's created a hole open, and I got him in the end zone. Touchdown as they look at each other. Waggle with a great individual effort. Quarterback draw because he took the step back in the pocket to give him the, looked like he's going to run either the slide down the line option play or the pass, and the defense bid on it, and once he stepped back and they bid on it, he just took one step to the 2-hole and was gone. 35-21 Oxbow. And Kelly will be the holder for Waggle. The snap. Clean, handled, kick up, and it's good. That'll make it a 36-21 lead for Oxbow. A lot of offensive weapons out there for Oxbow. Like I said, they've, I know they talk about power football, but the thing is, once those backs get past the first layer of defense, they've got a lot of speed on that team too that's being overlooked. Oh, that's a live ball. That's a hot ball, and Mill River will grab it and keep going right to midfield. What a great play by Bosch. Oh, the big man with the soft hands. Now, that was a gutsy call right there. An onside kick with a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, and we have a player down for Oxbow. And it's for their running back, Brokar, but he's up under his own power walking off. You know, I don't have a problem with the call. First of all, you play whistle to whistle. You play all four quarters. You don't say, I got the lead, I'm going to back off now. I got to believe, conjecturing that the thought process, if they collect the onside kick, they can finish the game off. They don't have to play defense. Their offense has been their best defense. So Mill River trying desperately to overcome a third quarter disaster of 3 turnovers. Again, at midfield, a very short field for Mill River to work with. If they can score quickly, then they'd probably try the onside kick themselves. Tyler Wood at quarterback. Mackey in at the lone setback. And Mackey with the ball. He hasn't carried the ball a lot today. He's looking to go outside and turn it up, and boy, good stick, good pursuit, good gang tackling. They'll be short of the first down by a couple yards as they cross into Oxbow territory. Unfortunately, the clock will keep running. Number 9 in for Mill River. First time I see Josh Knox coming into the ballgame for Mill River. Pelkey also coming in. They're going to give Mackey a breather. And he's just slow getting off the field right now. So they're going with a, I know they run the spread all the time, but they're going with a real fleet group of receivers right now. Wood's going to keep as they spread the field, and he will lunge forward and just be shy of the first down. That shows you how strong Tyler Wood is, as he carried a couple tacklers with her. Holland was one of the subs that came in that last time. So a third, and call it a yard. It's actually a little less than a yard. Mill River will bring Holland out of the ball game, and I missed who came in for him. There's some confusion on the sideline with the substitutions right now for Mill River. Well, they need the first down first, and Wood will stay on his feet long enough. I believe he's going to have it. It'll be a matter of the spot right here, because it's hard to tell actually where his knee hit the ground, and they will say they have it as a first down on the sideline, but now they're going to put the chains back. And they will say first down. So the clock will stop so they can move the chains. And Mill River with a 1st and 10 inside the Oxbow defensive territory. Yeah, I like it. Take what they're going to give you. If they're going to let you run 9 or 10 yards at a clip, go with it. Safe. Mackey with the good yardage, and one of the Oxbow players, very slow to get up, but he does get up. It was Connor Williams, the senior, for out there wearing number 88 for Oxbow. That clock down to 5:42. Mill River down by 15. Neither team has punted today. The only time Oxbow didn't score on a possession is when they turned the ball over on downs, and they knew that play was coming. Wood avoids the sack, and no flags anywhere. No, he had a man in the area for the catch. That actually was a risky play. He could have got picked off, but in the end it was a good play because he killed the clock and didn't lose the yardage. Now bring up a 3rd down and 2 yards. Yeah, right there they didn't even buy the ball fake. They just stayed with Wood defensively. That's a smart job of getting that through your defensive players' heads. That Wood 90% of the time is going to have the ball when he comes out underneath the, out of the snap with it. The ball brought over to this near hash mark, and Mackey back in the lineup now, number 41 for Mill River. 5:22 left in the football game. And Wood's going to take it up, 1st down, more. Stiff arm gets him some more space. He'll get out of bounds to stop the clock, which would have happened anyways in high school ball with the moving of the chains. But Tyler Wood will pick up the 1st down. And Waggle forced him out of bounds. The Oxbow quarterback on defense were there in the secondary. Yeah, and this is what Oxbow was thinking. I'm conjecturing on this onside kick is they haven't been sparkling on defense either. I mean, other than they did a good job on the interceptions and the fumble. But Mill River hasn't punted either. Mackey will slide to the outside, bounce forward, break a tackle, keep going, and score! I have it as a touchdown. I'm waiting for the official mark. There it is. It's official. What an effort by Mackey. He broke 3 tackles and just kept grinding it forward. And there's a lot of time left on the clock. Still over 5 minutes on the clock. Now you got to start doing math. Do you go for the 2-point conversion here, or you kick the extra point and leave it as an 8-point deficit, which means you're still just the touchdown and the 2-point conversion away? I'm looking, and it looks like they're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Oh, I don't know about this. Wood. He's going to keep it. He's going to go wide. He's trying to stretch the field. He's in there for the 2 points. They'll get the conversion, and what an electrifying drive by Mill River. It's a 36-29 Minuteman deficit. They're down by 1 touchdown, but now they've got to kick the ball back to Oxbow. Or do they? You play coach. Do you kick it off, or do you do the onside kick? 5:09. If Oxbow holds true to their form today, they kick it off to them. They can run the clock out on a drive or score. I mean, Mill River literally hasn't had an answer for their offense, for Oxbow's offense. Oxbow looking for the onside kick right now, honestly. They're anticipating an onside kick. So Holland's set. Yeah, it's the onside kick. And it's loose, and I think Oxbow fell on it just shy of the 50-yard line. I don't think it's a bad call at all. Like I said, the only time Oxbow didn't score with a possession is they went for it on 4th down on their 2nd possession of the ballgame, or the 1st possession of the ballgame, and they came up short. After that, it's just been up and down the field at will. So now the defense for Mill River looking for their first stop of the ballgame since the 1st quarter. They're down by 7, 36-29. No, Oxbow, too, they tried to onside kick themselves with a 15-point lead. Do they play action and go deep here and try to finish the game off now? Waggle under center this time. There's the handoff, and a lot of it is Mill River's got to tackle. Seriously, you get there, and you can lay a body on them, but you got to wrap them up, bring them down. They'll bring them down after a yard gain. That was Kelly with the carry. That keeps the clock running. 4:54 to go, 4th quarter. Oh, I knew I was going to have to do math today. There's a lot of points on the board between the two teams. Of course, the pivotal, if the game ends up being a win for Oxbow, that 3rd quarter, those back-to-back interceptions and then the fumble on the kickoff will be the turning point of the ball game. Oxbow, the Olympians, all set. Waggle sliding down the line. Now watch for the cutback. He does that very well. He'll find the seam, and what he did well there, whether he meant to do it or not, was he stayed in bounds, and he'll set up a 3rd and 2.5 yards for the first down. I do believe, too, earlier in this half that Mill River had called a timeout defensively, so if that's the case, they're down a timeout, but I'm pretty sure I do remember them calling a timeout this half. And they have it at 3rd and 2.5. This is definitely 4-down territory, though, for Oxbow. Haven't seen any run blitzes today from Mill River. There's a first down and more in Mill River territory to the 35-yard line. The tackle by Staples, number 42. Or, I'm sorry, Gondella, 42. And again, it's no knock on Mill River. It's how proficient Oxbow is. Mill Rivers, they tried the onside kick because they haven't defensively been able to do anything with Oxbow. And Oxbow, literally with 3:33 to go, could run out the clock on his drive or score on it, which would be just as effective. And this time it'll be Kelly. Oh, he's got an opening. He's got a big opening. He's still on. Look at the bad tackling. They'll bring him down just shy of the 10. I mean, there are people that are diving the air out there. And that will stop the clock to move the chains forward, but dire straits right now for Mill River. 3:10 to go, and they can ill afford to go back down by 2 scores. I understand the theory of stripping the ball to gain possession back, but not at the cost of not stopping the ball. And so that Mill River crowd got real quiet after the last first down was made. That time they'll come to a standstill after a couple yards gained by Kelly. And is that Patch again? Yeah, Patch again in on the tackle, and he's had a ton of them. Oxbow going to call a timeout with 2:45 to go in the ball game. No, Mill River. I'm sorry, Mill River. Oh, ended up being assessed to Mill River. A lot of things there. One was to catch your breath, get hydrated. And Tyler Wood, who was inserted in the ballgame, has to come out of the ballgame. They're looking at his uniform, so maybe there's some blood on his uniform, but yeah, he's looking at his sleeve, so they're going to put some tape over that. Holland will come back in number 21 and take his spot. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're taping him up. Waggle looking to put the finishing touches on the drive, will call his own number, avoid a tackle in the backfield, and be brought down from behind near the 5-yard line. And now Waggle, very confident ball handler. I like this Oxbow offense. I mean, whoa, they don't have much of a defense, but the Minutemen will take another timeout with just 2:29 to go in the football game. So on a 3rd and short, the down really doesn't matter with Oxbow, seriously. They're in the red zone, and they're looking to put the finishing touches. There it is, touchdown Oxbow. And they have been an impressive team on the ground, that is for sure. Excellent job as Kelly, again, just following that line, and once he gets beyond the line, he just lowers his shoulders and pushes people back. And 42-29 now with 2:23. Oxbow again up by 2 scores. And now they are going to go for the kick by Waggle, and he's been perfect on the afternoon. Only once did they go for the 2-point conversion. That was to take the 8-7 lead back in the first quarter. Kelly with the hold to kick up, and no good, they say. So he's off the mark, but 2:23 to go. Looking for a Mill River miracle here in the fourth quarter. And a game that has not featured a punt by either side. And if you've watched the game at all, you'll understand why. I mean, defenses have just been minor obstacles on the way to an apparent short touchdown for each offense. One time on a 4th down try early in the game, Oxbow didn't make it. As Mesha brought down at the 30-yard line. And that's for Mill River's offense. Will come back out, but they're down 42-29 with 2:16 to go. Again, seriously, I mean, no lead's insurmountable. They need a score and a possession back again, which would be obviously a score and an onside kick. First things first, they need a score. Tyler Wood and Mackey, they're in the backfield. There's a throw out in the flats. That's incomplete. Will stop the clock. They're trying to hit Mesha. I'm not sure how much yardage he would have picked up after the catch, as they had good coverage out there with Justin Raznick. Now, if he would have made the catch, Raznick was playing the position to make the stop after the catch more than anything. He wanted a big play to get behind him. A lot of points on the board. I'm trying to do the math real quick. 71 points between the two teams. About really, honestly, what I told you at the beginning of the game. This was going to be a lot of offense today. Wood with the play call on the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and good job of picking up the first down and getting out of bounds as he's near the 42-yard line, the Mill River 42. So he accomplished a couple things here. He got the first down and he stopped the clock as we're just at 2:02 to go. Again, the Minutemen got the game's first score. Fell behind 8-7. Took a 14-8 lead near halftime, and then Oxbow with the touchdown near the end of the first half took the 15-14 lead in the locker room. Wood will pick up the fumble and will have it knocked down. Yeah, that's not the worst thing that could happen. They didn't lose yardage, they didn't lose possession, and the clock stops. Wood's got to be exhausted back there. Yeah, so 2nd down and 10 with 1:53 to go. And seriously, that wasn't the worst thing that could have been happening right there. And what threw the playoff was the ball ended up on the ground. Yeah, that third quarter was the pivotal quarter. 2 interceptions and a fumble by Mill River. This time he just stays in the pocket, pure pocket pass, and going down, got a man wide open, makes the catch. That will stop the clock. And if there's any way he could have put a little more air into the ball, Mesha could have kept on going. But he's got to be exhausted back there. So the 33-yard line is where they'll spot the ball. The Oxbow 33. And Mill River up to the line of scrimmage and set to go. Wood going to the end zone, and he's got Pelkey open, and he can't bring it in. Pelkey stopped running right there. He stopped to go up and get the ball. If he keeps his stride going, they would have made the reception possibly. And a flag down, and by Wood's reaction, it looks like they're going to mark it off against Oxbow, but his reaction was one of being upset, but could have been at the pass not being completed, but roughing the passer on Oxbow, and that could be why he was upset too. Nothing getting cranked on after you throw the ball. That'll move him down deeper, just inside the 20-yard line. So again, Mill River not quite got the dirt on top of the grave yet. They're down by 13, but they're driving for a score. As they release Mackey, and he'll break the tackle. Will he get out of bounds, though? I'm looking for the clock. Still running, so he must have stayed in bounds. And Mill River, yes, he would tell him, we got to hustle up here. He didn't get out of bounds. The clock running Mesha to get to the far side. Set, and they spiked the ball. Yeah, I never understood. They're a no-huddle team. Why waste a down? You don't huddle anyways. Just go ahead, run the play through. Don't snap the ball and spike it. You've wasted it down, and now you got a 3rd down. 1:14 to go. So it wouldn't be like their offense would be out of sync, out of norm if they just went up to the line, snapped the ball, and ran the play. Because now they've got to convert, keep possession. Not only that, but then get the score. Wood looking for the corner, and he makes the tackler miss, and he will be brought down inside the 10-yard line. Very patient run by Tyler Wood, as I believe it was. Is it Waggle that brought him down? No. Oh gosh, number 64. What a big game Senecals had. It sounds funny saying the defensive players had a big game, but he has, even though nobody's been forced to punt the ball. So 68 seconds left in the ball game, and Mill River, again, inside the 10. I'm not sure what the referees, what the break in the action is for. They're spotting the ball for a measurement. Is that what they're doing? I don't know. They're putting the ball down where the tackle occurred, and they're going to do a measure. Okay. This is a big break for the Minutemen. They get to catch their breath. They've got to be exhausted. They don't have to use a timeout. And what they do, they want everybody to separate so they can bring the chains through the middle of the field. And I thought it looked like for sure he had it, but we'll take a measurement here. But again, the Minutemen, all in a squat, a lot of them in their squatting position, trying to just catch their breath. So they'll stretch the chain. That was a third down play, so even if they didn't make it, they would have an opportunity. That short, he says. So this becomes not only all critical plays when you're trailing, but they need a first down besides a touchdown here. So if they get a first down and not a touchdown, that's another play burned with clock running. Yeah, so the Mill River a foot short of a first down. So on a 4th and a foot, with 68 seconds to go, trailing 42-29, the Minutemen will get a break as Oxbow calling timeout. So Wood set. Oxbow on that timeout. Want to get their defense set here. They don't want any Mill River miracles here in the 4th quarter. And Mackey will not only get the first down, he'll get the touchdown. And there's still a pulse here at Mill River as they'll go 42-35. And there's still over a minute to go, 1 minute 4 seconds to be exact. Again, the pivotal part came in the 3rd quarter when you're trading scores with a team, and you turn the ball over 3 consecutive possessions, you're going to fall behind in that race of trading scores, and that was really where it happened. Mesha coming in with the kicking tee, and Lowell will set it down now to his liking. Well, you got to be expecting an onside kick for sure now, as the kick is good, and it goes 42-36. Mill River down by 6. And hauling the ball, and I'll fall out the window if he doesn't onside kick it. 42-36. The score. Well, I'll tell you, entertainment value. This gets 4-star rating. What an entertaining ball game today. They've tried a couple onside kicks. Each team's tried at least one onside kick today. Nobody's been successful yet. The Minutemen looking to be, hopefully, they'll be the first ones to pull one off here. Here we go. That's going to be recovered, and they'll drop down on it. And Mill River, I don't think, has enough timeouts to burn the series up. So Oxbow, if they choose to, I think if they just take a couple knees, that'll be a ball game. That was an interesting onside kick. They tried to just drop over the first wave of players. No, it's just something, I'm sure they practice it, but it's just something that's hard to execute at the pro level, the college level, and the high school level, where I'm sure it's not a huge part of their practice. And so Oxbow just 63 seconds away from getting the win and moving closer to securing a playoff spot. And there's the knee. Yeah, I think for sure there's been at least 2 timeouts used by Mill River here. And I don't see an indication of a timeout by anybody. So one more knee, mathematically, I think is all Oxbow's got to do. And they will have a 42-36 victory. Barring a Joe Pisarcek type play here. And they're watching the clock because they're just going to take it down to the final second before the snap. There's the knee, and that took place with 32 seconds. And then you're going to have to take one more knee. Well, again, a lot of offense, a lot of offensive yards, lots of points, and a lot of tired players on the field. But Mill River go back to work during practice, get set. They are not eliminated from the playoff yet. But again, a good effort offensively by both teams. It was the same old story, like in any football game, any level. You know, you just can't beat yourself with turnovers. And Mill River with those 3 turnovers in the third quarter. And they couldn't recover from it. But a great game by both ball clubs. And I hope you really enjoyed this Mill River football game brought to you on Munger Vision.